It's been a minute since I've made a video at all, and I need to get back into it. So hi, welcome back to Writer Makes Videos. My name is JM Testa, and yeah, it's been a minute since I've been here. So as you can tell by the title of this video, this is just kind of a catch up and chat sort of situation. This is really just to get myself more comfortable being in front of a camera again, and I've got a new setup. I guess to start off, I have to look back where, so it has been a year since I've made a video, and the last one was me unboxing my debut novel, The Destined Road, which I have new covers for, by the way. Ugh, I have a dog down here on the floor. She got scared by a smoke detector that beeped because it liked biscuits, apparently. I've been cursed with apartments that, like, are too sensitive to, like, smell, I guess. I don't, like, there's nothing burning and they're still, like, freaking out. Anyway, oh, this is the, I don't know if you can see that. This is the new cover. Will it do the thing? That's close enough. This is the new cover of The Destined Road. You can order it on my site, jtesta.com, through Ingram directly, so it's much cheaper than, like, buying it through Barnes and Noble or anything like that. So just go directly to the link and pick up a copy if you are so inclined. I did the artistry for this one. Shout out to my mom who did the artistry for the first one. I just decided that I wanted to do the paperback copies, but the watercolor editions will still be available for the hardcovers, so they're a little more special. But yeah, I decided to I decided to do my own designs for the paperbacks, and I'm so excited because I've already revealed the cover for the Shattered Shores. I will post it. I'm still getting used to, like, how this is supposed to mirror. It'll be on the screen somewhere at some point, so you can take a look at that as well. But yeah, the last video that I've ever done, well, that I had done since taking a break from YouTube for a while, was my unboxing video for that book. Um, since then, I have reached 100K words on the second book in the installment of the trilogy, because this book is the first in the trilogy, The Instruments of Fate. So I have started, well, obviously I've started, I've taken a whole year to get to this point in writing The Shattered Shores, and I'm very excited about it. It's probably one of the more challenging books that I have ever written, and I've only written two, so it's been a real extension of my just, like, writing capabilities and skill sets. It's just been incredibly rewarding to also just kind of take a look at what I can do and what kind of story I can tell. So I'm very excited for everyone to check that out and read that. If you would like a copy of the unedited, admittedly unedited prologue, you can always DM me on Instagram at jmtesta. I'd be happy to share, like, works in progress and things like that. I should also kick off my newsletter at some point again. I had a whole thing mess up where, like, the audiences and the tagging that I had on the back end, I, like, severely fucked up. So, like, if you had signed up at some point and didn't sign up for my my most recent, like, cover reveal team, if you didn't sign up for that, then there's a good chance that your email is just lost, in that they used to sign up onto my newsletter. It's just not there anymore. But don't worry, I've not sent anything out that nobody else has seen other than, like I said, the cover reveal um signups. So um yeah, other Other news, I mean, I think the reason it's taken such a long time is A, that I did, gosh, did I? Yeah, in fact, between the last video of my unboxing and today, I have A, gotten married. I moved I moved across the country from, uh, yeah, from Seattle to Minnesota, and now it is just I was in a friend's house for a while. We were staying there just trying to get our bearings and figure things out, and so now we are in our own place. This is my office. I get my own space, which is so fun, and like this is why I'm starting to do this now. Yeah, so it's just been so much. And in between that, I have definitely tried to stay as active as I could on Instagram and things like that. So if you don't follow me, like please go ahead and do so and hang out. I'm pretty active on there. I like to talk to people on threads or in DMs or whatever, just like hang out and chat. Like I'm pretty open to doing that. I might not get back to you all the time because I am writing a book, my second ever book, my second ever novel in a trilogy. And yeah, it's really different this time around because if anybody who is watching this has read The Destined Road, you'll know that it's two POVs. The second POV doesn't come in until the latter half of the book, and it's kind of a surprise POV, but I personally really love it, and I know a lot of people, especially like on Goodreads, a lot of people have mentioned that they're like, I can't spoil the second half of the book because it's amazing and the second POV is great. And I'm like, yes, it worked. It all worked. Um, yeah, so in this book, in the Shattered Shores, I guess I'll give you kind of an update because that might be why you're here if you're interested in reading my works. The Shattered Shores is going to be 5 POVs that dwindle. So if you've read the first one, you know that there are a lot of threads that need to come back together. And basically, the way that I've structured it is I've taken the points of view of everyone that's kind of scattered that are main characters and at least part of like the main band of characters that we first meet. And I have given them all their individual POVs so we can then connect them to, I would say, there are 3 main POVs by the end, which is exciting because they are all women leading the cast in this book. And I mean, they were all women leading the cast in the last book, but I've also, in this one, I've dabbled into some male POVs, which is fun and desperately needed for like kind of the situations that are happening. So look forward to that. But yeah, and it's just been kind of wild to expand in that way because I didn't ever envision the story ending up the way that it has. There's like I've talked about this before in previous videos, that I never imagined the ending of the book, the ending of The Destined Road being what the ending actually was. I absolutely, it was a surprise to me as much as it was to everybody else who actually read it and got to the end and flipped the page and were like, you little yeah, so I dug myself quite a hole in trying to in ending that way and then moving into this second book because like I've mentioned, there are so many threads that need to be resolved. But we're working through. I'm at 100,000 words. I anticipated 120,000. I'm thinking it's going to be closer to 150, which blows past the first one. The first one ended at about 100,000 words. And pretty sure that included the appendix, but we'll see. I don't think it could have been more than that, but yeah, this one is going to be much larger. It's going to be much more detailed. There's a lot of plot elements that really get explained and really get like further amplified in the story. So there's a lot of discovery happening in this one. There's a lot of heartbreak in this one, unfortunately. Oh, I'm sorry. It's all necessary though. I don't like writing heartbreak for the sake of just like shock value or anything like that, or because I want to be mean to my characters because that's what you're supposed to do. No, like there are reasons that these unalivings are occurring, that things that are happening, that losing I mean, there's loss of yourself, there's loss of power, there's loss of status, like there's, and like in physical loss too, as well. Um, a lot of that is really playing into the deeper reaches of these characters, and I think that anyone who has loved any of the characters in the first one will definitely find an incredible appreciation for them. At least that's my hope, is that they will find an incredible appreciation for them in this one. They will see them as just so much more fleshed out. Like I do want to pride myself on the fact that I think personally I did a really good job in characterization. They felt really real to me. They all had their different motivations, their skill sets. Like there was so much about each character that really just spoke to me in different ways, and it feels like it spoke to people who have read the books in different ways as well. So I feel pretty confident in saying that. In this one, I don't know if it's just I think it's a couple of things. I think it's virtue of I have grown as a writer in just a year. I've started a couple different works in progress as well as writing the second installment of this book. And I've just noticed myself really pulling from skill sets and reaches that I have never experienced before. I've mentioned that I was an English major when I was in university for my undergraduate, and then I went on to be a communications manager. I, I went on to get a communications master's degree. It's really not proving my point. Um, so I would say I have writing skill sets. That's where all of that leads, is I have writing skill sets and I am able to coherently construct sentences and make things sound convincing, and at least that's my hope. On the written page in YouTube and things like this, I'm a little less eloquent, but I feel like, I don't know, I kind of like just this loosely based approach. I think that it makes everything a little more, if you hear grumbling, that is the dog. Um, it just makes things a little more human, I think, to me. Uh, a little a little more human on the screen instead of on the page. I can be a different person when I'm on the page. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with all of this, other than just to say that this experience of writing this second book and working on other books in the meantime has really opened up just kind of a floodgate of ability and craftsmanship in my writing, and reading a lot more. I have started reading a lot more this year than I did even last year, and I haven't yet I haven't yet hit my goal of 25 books for this year, but I have plenty of time left. Plenty of time left. I'm at about like 10 books, I think. So, not exactly halfway, but close enough, I guess. No, but I mean, that's a whole other rant for another day. I'm just excited to finally get back. On a more serious note, this is my life now at the moment. I have been one of the unfortunates that are trying to get a job back in tech, and it just hasn't been working. Being a marketing person in technology nowadays is not seen as that incredibly valuable, I think. Or it's so valuable and there's so many people that are doing it that all of the jobs are gone. I don't know. But I have tried to make content creation my full-time thing, while I am very fortunate to have a husband who is working, and I am so appreciative of him. And if you're watching this, stop watching because this is embarrassing, but also thank you for everything that you do. Yeah, so on a less unfortunate note, I'm going to be opening pre-orders here pretty soon for the Shattered Shores. I'm also going to be doing bundle book boxes. So for, like I mentioned, since there's a new cover, and the Shattered Shores will only be in the new style of the cover, that I'm going to be offering book boxes, signed book boxes that include the new cover and the new book, obviously. So keep an eye out for that. I'm thinking it'll be in the coming weeks. I'm not exactly sure like what date I'm looking to set for any of that yet. I just know that because my book is coming out, because The Shattered Shores is coming out December 26th, that I want to give availability for both receiving your books before the holidays and receiving them after the holidays. So if you order them sooner, they will arrive sooner. That's kind of the idea. They will be the book boxes that are destined to get there before the holidays will probably be a little cheaper as well. I went back and forth on like whether they should be more expensive or not, and I don't think so. I think like you want to get them for the holidays, you want them to be, there, and it's not really rush because I'm doing this so far in advance. So I thought like the promotional period will be where you can get them for cheaper and before the holidays. Oh, that doesn't make any sense, does it? I don't know. Cheaper, but before the holidays. More expensive, but after. But it's just because it's more work for me on the back end to do them later. Because I also have to make sure that, like, through the holidays, I'm making sure that I'm getting all of this stuff done instead of, like, doing it all in advance. I think that's why I did that way. I'm gonna go with that. That seems the most logical in my opinion, is that doing it before, you get kind of a promotional on it. It's a little cheaper to buy either the bundle or the signed, just singular copy of The Shattered Shores. Both will be available for purchase, so if you don't want, or if you already have the new cover of The Destined Road, you can definitely just buy The Shattered Shores. But yeah, they will be signed copies will be cheaper to have if you order them by a certain deadline, because then it gives me enough time to get them out before the holidays. And then if you order anywhere up until I believe it's like November 24th is probably when I'm going to set it, then they're going to be a little more expensive because now I have to work through the holidays and things like that. I think that was my justification for it. So yeah, that was a really long, extended sort of rant for just like explaining explaining a pricing model. But that's what you get to do when you're an indie author, and I get to I get to make all of these determinations by myself and figure it all out as I go. Yeah, so I guess I'll cover that maybe in a future video, but anyway, um, thanks so much if you are still here. I plan on, I want to, I cannot stress this enough. I have tried to commit to schedules before and it just hasn't worked. But now that this is everything that I do, I really do want to commit to a schedule for you guys. And I think what I'm going to do is new videos every Wednesday is kind of the idea that I'm going with. And so this one will be out sooner than a Wednesday because it's just a sit down and chat and it's a really easy sort of like edit for me to do. Um, and then, yeah, and then the next one will be the following Wednesday, which I think is the 23rd. So Wednesday the 23rd is when my first new video will be out. Not sure what it's going to be on yet, as I have not yet recorded it, but I will figure that all out. So thank you if you've sat here for this long watching me rant. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you in the next one.